All right. What's going on, everyone? How are you? We are here on a new episode of the Juan Solo Show with your host, me, Juan D. Klauser. This is episode 157. 156? No, 156. No. I believe this is 157 because I just did 156 last week. I'm pretty sure. What could it be? Like, you think I would know this stuff just on the top of my head, but like once you do it, at a certain point, it's just it just seems like one glorious dream. But it's episode 157. We are here in this beautiful hub. I don't know if you noticed in the background, I have some cricket going on. So I am like, football season's over. I have golf. That's going to be the thing. That's my thing that I do as like a hobby now. It's so weird because it's just a big fucking money suck. That's all it is. It's just a big ass money suck. Everywhere you turn, everything you do with it is just an incredible amount of money just going down the drain for just a little ball that's white. It's very interesting. And but I have something to watch. I love watching sports. It's a big thing. I'm not a big reality TV person. I'll watch movies, but even within the movies, you're just like, okay, well, you can only watch so many zombies. You can only watch, so many stories about a man trying to figure out who he is. You can only watch so many animation movies. Of abandonment, of but it's hidden though. It's hidden in a or trauma that is hidden behind a carpet that flies, or a talking lion. Just one of those things. I'm really baked right now. You can't tell. I'm like incredibly high, and so I like to have escapism. But I like to have escapism through humans. It's interesting. Like I like to connect through something. I like to live vicariously through through people. And like I've always football players. I really like. I follow like Sauce Gardner. He's the cornerback. He's going to be going into his second year of the NFL. I've been following that guy since he's a sophomore in college, like at Cincinnati. I don't know. I just started following him. I'm like, he's really good. He has really good stats. I'm like, let's follow and watch this guy progress. And then his senior year of college, he didn't let a touchdown. And I believe he only averaged. There's like, for was it 80 something targets? There was only like 4 catches. Or something. It was insane, but he had no touchdowns on him in 2 years, his junior and senior year of college, and that's insane. That's incredible as a cornerback. That's a crazy accomplishment. And I'm like, I must follow you. I remember seeing Michael Vick as a junior in college, sophomore, when he was at Virginia Tech, and I'm like, this motherfucker is gonna be insanely good in the pros. Like, you could just tell that I was a kid. I was 10, 11 years old at the time, and I'm watching Michael Vick scramble around and making people look silly as a kid. He was a kid too. He was only, at that time in his life, maybe 20, 21, like barely able to drink, and he's just scrambling around. It was insane. So there's just some players that you just see, other ones you read about, and you're like, hey, this person, he's kind of like, he was only like a 3-star recruit coming out of high school, but now he's starting for Alabama, or he's starting for Tennessee, he's starting for Hawaii, like Colt Britton, rest in peace. He I believe he died from a drug overdose. I believe. Amazing college career, the best college career actually. Him and Timmy Chang, both from Hawaii. Timmy Chang, I followed Timmy Chang when he played for St. Louis High School in Hawaii, on Oahu. Because the only reason why I did that was because my parents were thinking about sending me to St. Louis. that private school, because was really the only school in the state of Hawaii that has a really good football program. Because there was a time in my life, because like growing up, my parents had a vacation house. We had a vacation home in Hawaii. I guess that's the best way to describe it. It sounds so weird saying that you just have a vacation house in Hawaii because, one, it's so fucking far from everything. But two, it's not like most people say that like they have a lake house in the Lake of the Ozarks, or we have one at Myrtle Beach. But it's a lot different. Like you have a 3-story house in Hawaii, huh? It's like, yeah. So it was very different, interesting kind of thing at that time. And so so growing up, like it was just normal. Weekends, go to Hawaii. And so like they're all about sports and culture and all that thing. So like I just always followed Hawaii football. Loved Hawaii football. Thought it was great. Hawaii basketball, somewhat. Hawaii's men's volleyball, a lot. Men's volleyball is super popular in Hawaii. Because when my parents were like thinking about sending me to school, they were like, well, fuck yeah, dude, I could play football and then I'd play volleyball. I was thinking those would be my 2 sports that I would play. Because I'm decent at basketball, but I'm fucking short. I'm only 6'1", so I'm like, I'm not gonna. There's no future in this at all. And so it was always like, okay, how can I possibly get a fucking college scholarship? Like, how can I get my college paid for free? That was the big thing. How can I get this paid for free? And but yeah, it was. And then, but yeah, so I always followed Hawaii football. Timmy Chang, he was the all-time leading he had the all-time leading yards in college football, Division I college football history. And then the person who broke it was Colt Britton, who was a transfer from Colorado, and he was originally from California. I believe Colt Britton is originally from California, like the center part, which is like kind of country, a lot of fucking drugs. That's probably why he probably passed away from it. But yeah, then because I remember his senior year, but the weird thing about him coming out of college, he was a 5-star recruit coming out of high school, and then he went to Colorado, and he was drunk. I believe it was his freshman year, and he got drunk, and he like walked into a girl's room and wouldn't leave, and so then he got suspended and eventually got kicked off the football team until he transferred out to Hawaii. And June Jones was the coach for Hawaii at the time, and he was like, yeah, you can come out, but I'm not going to offer you a scholarship. You're going to have to earn it. Like, and so he walked on at Hawaii and then ended up becoming the all-time leading passer in Hawaii history, all-time leading touchdown in Hawaii football history. And he was the all-time collegiate in yards, I believe, but not in I don't think he got touchdowns. And the reason I'm not looking, I'm trying to look off the top of my head, and I guess you can look it up. I don't care. Now I have no idea who is the all-time leading. Let's look at this. Who's the all-time leading passer in college football? Is it Murray? I don't think so. No, because the thing is, like, back then, like, players would stay for 3 years, almost 4 years. Like, well, now you have to stay 2, but now it's like minimum 2 years, because football's such a violent sport that like they want you to be more of a man before entering into the sport. It's not like basketball where you can be 18 years old, 17. Like fucking, was it Luka Doncic? Isn't he like 17 when he came into the league? Because he's only 24 now. He's been in the league 5-6 years. But okay, let's see. All-time leading yards QB college. All-time leading pass career. I was right. Okay, so it was Case Keenum. No way. 2011 Hawaii, Houston. Chase 19,217. And then the next person was Timmy Chang, which had from Hawaii, which he had 17,072. And then where we Colt Britton is number 9 now. And he had 14,193. Number 3 is Landry Jones from Oklahoma. That was this year. No, that was Landry Jones played in 2012, John. You fucking idiot. Like, that was so stupid. That was such an incredibly stupid thing. Like, some people were like, I don't know, some people were like, was that John? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know who fucking Landry Jones is. And right now at the top 5 is Graham Harrell from Texas Tech. And that was 2005 to 08. And then, you know what's so funny? Like, and then was it number 7 is Baker Mayfield? I didn't know Baker Mayfield was in the top 10. Huh, interesting. Number 9, Colton. I wonder what what does that mean? At asterisk after a player's name inducted in the bowl stats are included. Okay. Oh, okay. So like number 5, like Dre Deckram, he's from Birmingham Young. He had 15,031 yards passing all career from 05 to 08, but he never played any bowl games. So like they count bowl yards as well. Huh, interesting. Phillip Rivers is number 15 all time. Colt McCoy is number 17 all time. Derek Carr is 24th all time in passing yards. Isn't that crazy? Because, like, that's the thing. Like, Derek Carr, like, there's been a lot of people dog shit him all the time, but, like, you don't understand. Like, he had a different coach. 7 out of the 8 year? No, he was 8. He was there for 7, right? So 6 out of 7 years he was there. He had a different coach. So that means different personnel, whole different coaching staff. His top wide receiver, Ruggs, killed someone. His 2 running backs both got cut. He had a miserable defense because this year alone, like there was 4 or 5 games that they were up by 2 touchdowns and they ended up losing by a touchdown or by a field goal because the defense just let up points. So it's not all him. It's not all his fault. It's not all at all his fault. But yeah, okay. Well, what are we at? We're like 13 minutes into this fucking podcast, and all right, we should probably do video of the week. Because I think it's enough football talk, right? Anyway, cricket, awesome, cool sport. It's very interesting because you can come into it because it's only. I've been watching a lot of. There's different versions. There is the standard cricket, which is a 5-day event. Which is I don't understand why they would ever do anything that. Why would you want to play a sport for 5 days? It makes no sense. Like, all right, well. Because I'm assuming they would bat around. I guess it's kind of like golf in that sense. I guess that's why they looked at it. It was like, because like golf is a 3-day event. You play 3 rounds of golf, and then from that total is like the anything, and that's a British thing. And British are the ones who invented cricket. Did you know the Indians, Native Americans, whatever one you want? I can say either one. They. Us, my people, my cousins, they made lacrosse. Lacrosse is a North American sport made by Native Americans were the ones that first played it. I thought that was interesting too. But cricket is a sport by the Brits, which is so funny. Then like Pakistan and India have like done absolutely everything that they can to become the best at it, so they can just beat the living shit out of Great Britain, because Great Britain would just invite people to come over, countries that they've colonized, to come and play against them. And India and Pakistan were like, okay, we're going to make this a thing that we're going to try to beat the living shit out of you. And that was one of the funniest things, and one of the reasons why I even like looked up and started looking into the sport. But like I said, there's 2 different versions. There's the original version, which is 5 days. Then this new version, which is it's like baseball on steroids meets the NFL. and it's called T20, and you play 2 innings. So what you do is a inning is everyone. There's 11 players. All 11 players bat. You get 10 outs. That's the thing. You score as many runs as you can within that. So it's one player is on one side, the other player is on the other. Pitcher will throw it, you hit it, and there's like there's an arena, a oval, and if it's a ground ball and it gets through, that's a point, and you keep on going back and forth until the defense throws the ball back into the center, because there's a circle within a circle. So you throw it to the smaller circle, which has the 2 wickets, and wicket is like basically like a strikeout. If as a pitcher, if you throw it and you hit the wicket, because as the batter you're protecting the wicket with your bat and your legs, because that's why you wear your leg pads, and then like I guess you can use your face because you have a mask, but I mean you have a helmet and a mask on, but I recommend you not do. I don't know. It just seems like not a fun thing because the ball is bigger and it weighs more than it's bigger and it weighs more than a baseball. And as like a fielder, you don't wear gloves. You just use your bare hands, except if both umpires approve of some type of hand wear. So like you have to do something. Like if you just had they said if you had a surgery or if you have like a cut and if you're bleeding, then you can have like a glove on, but it has to be approved by both umpires. It's British shit because like they're super into like being push or like pompous, bougie. Is that the better thing? But yeah, so you just score points, and then you can hit like basically what a home run is. A home run is 6 points. If it bounces and then it goes out of bounds like a ground rule double, that is 3 points, and that's basically it. You get 1 continuously and then you just have to go back and forth. Then 3, and then a home run, which is 1 point for us, would be 6 points for them, which is crazy. So like if you came into the match and you're like 6 players deep on the first round of the first inning, it could be like 96-0, and you're like, what in the hell is going on here? Because the other team hasn't batted yet, and it's so funny because they're mic'd up. The guys who are playing are mic'd up, and like the commentaries are talking to them in this T2 version, because cricket had gone through this whole thing where like in the last year it's like skyrocketed. It's like gained over $3 billion in revenue, just because they invented this new version of cricket, which is this way better version, which is kind of like the NFL. And because like it's loud and shit, because like whenever I saw it before this before I saw this T12 or T20 thing or T2 thing, whatever you want to call it, it was you dress up like the Kentucky Derby, and then you got shit-faced and watched these people play this weird game. So that was the thing. You got really fucked up and you just watched this because it's an all-day match. When it's I guess there's another thing, but that's more of like Australian version of cricket. Because like New Zealand has like a version, Australia has a version, India has the IPL league, not the IPA, the IPL, that's the best one. The Indian Premier League, which is like a month and a half long. It starts at the end of next month, and they play, I want to say 36 games or some shit like that, but it's only like a month and a half long from first match to championship game. Insane. But I think it's just because there's not that much money into it. Like a lot of Bollywood actors and stuff own rights into that much. But they're higher up. They're owners of these things, because these things, like, it went from the average salary of a lacrosse player before T20 was $3 million, and now it's up to $5.5 million, which is still hardly anything. It's close. That's like WNBA money. So that's nothing. That's nothing in America. But crazy thing, crazy sport, awesome, fun stuff, fun to watch. History's crazy. Just watching it is just interesting. Commentary is what's so crazy is that they're playing and they're getting interviewed, and it's so funny because you watch that in like the XFL, and you're like, this is so not necessary, or it's so not Like, why would you do this to the player? And it's because we would, if we ever like mic'd up a player during a game and actually asked him questions during the game, like while like he's about to hike the ball, like imagine that a catcher is like the guy who is on the defensive player. He has like, there's one player that has gloves on. He's big. It looks like goalie gloves. And he's like about to catch a ball, and this announcer guy is still asking him questions about like what's the strategy. He's like, yeah, we don't have very much, right now we really don't have the momentum. And he's like, they caught the ball. It's like, what in the hell is this? This is insane. It's just like 4 guys talking shit. But yeah, okay, well, I think now it's time to do the I'm just waiting for it to get to 21 so it's easier for me to mark it to do the video. So here we are. Video of the week.
I got your best friend. Boom, boom, boom. I got your best friend. I got your best friend. Not so good tonight, but was not what you need to me. I got your marrow. What no? What goes to rip in every boom, 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 boom. I got you.
Welcome to the John Show with your host, John Doogie Clouser.
Yeah, like right now, like I'm watching this England versus South Africa. Right now, England has 3 outs, right? And the score is 102-0. You're like, what in the fuck? Like, if you saw that, you'd be like, this doesn't make any sense. But what's so funny about this video is that this guy, he looks like it's like Mr. Clean, and then the Persian guy from 300, the king. Guy had a name, John. It was a fucking actual real guy, you dick. What I'm about to say Prometheus. Prometheus wasn't a real dude. What was it? Who was the Persian king 300? Oh God damn it. This is all just for a fucking joke that is already burned out. 300 Persian king. Yeah. They look nothing like each other. Xerxes. Let's look at fucking Xerxes. What's the fucking shit about Xerxes? He's a legendary king of Persia. He is the overall main antagonist in 300. Oh God, I don't want to fucking give a fuck about that. I just want to know about Xerxes. But yeah, it looks like Mr. Kling's and Xerxes' like youngest brother who didn't really do anything. He's just trying to be on TikTok. But also, what's funny about that is like he looks like 4 or 5 of my Egyptian cousins. So it's just one of those things in life that he And then if you saw, there's like a battleship in the background in the very far back. It's like, let's see here. Oh no, that's not a. That is a. What the fuck is that? See, that's the thing. Like with these videos, like yeah, you should definitely be like, okay, these are weird. This guy's weird. It's weird, but then you check out all the stuff in the background, and that tells you the level of mental illness there is. Oh, talking about mental illness, very interesting. So apparently, there's a new study that is connecting like people who like dye their hair, like blue, like how some. This is all alleged, so I don't get in trouble. I don't really give a fuck. No. It's how so we have these people that dyed their hair blue and stuff, and then they want to be like them, they, their, those kind of stuff. Yes, there's a study that's connecting those two things now, that it's a warning sign of mental illness. It's one of these, like, it's like if you had a cold, so you start sniffling or your nose starts running, similar to that. dyeing your hair like, red, blue, green, all these like non-natural or things that like when you're born, like the colors of hair, like blonde, red, like you know what I mean, like redhead, not red, like not rojo red, not not blood red, black, blonde, that kind of stuff. There's a connection to mental illness. All allegedly. I would look it up. All I did was I Googled blue hair mental illness, and I swear to God, it was the first thing that came up. And then all it was just like 4 or 5 articles. Boom, 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 boom. Just talking about this. Very fascinating. Fun to read. Fun reading. Recommend everyone so funny. Just read. Just read like 300 words. If you're not going to write 300 words, you should read 300 words every day. It's good for you. It's fun. Like, read anything. I used to read the sports all the time, and that I used to count that all the time from when I was in high school. Because it's like, you just got to read something because it just stimulates the brain. It keeps you from not getting amnesia or some shit. Allegedly, I don't know. But that's the thing. They have jeans now that have built-in airbags for motorcyclists, which is kind of cool. I think it was Sweden that came up with that. Yeah, very interesting. It's it's just like anything. It's like a little like, think of like normal jeans, and then you have like a pulley on your leg, and you pull it, and what it does is that then it just blows up. Your pants just blow up like anything, like a what do you call it? Like a life preserver, the ones like you see on the ones on the airplane. Yeah, same thing, same kind of concept. Pretty interesting. Sweden did it. It looks like you just have like giant dicks in your legs. Yeah, it's very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. But yeah, I like the concept. I wonder what it is though, and like in the sense of like, because it can't just be air, because I'm sure because it's going to make you bounce. Won't it make you bounce? Or probably the point of it is like probably maybe slow you down a bit. I'm sure there's a certain level of like thickness. The level of thickness provides like a level of like probably slowing down. And I always think of weird things like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? Oh man. Yeah, it's just one of those things. Oh God. Okay, so interesting. I have a minute left, and then the battery life on my camera is beeping red. I wonder if I'm going to be able to make it. But anyway, like I said, I have like a minute left, less than a minute. Like, I don't know. I guess this is where we're going to end. I didn't really talk much about anything other than just sports this episode, which, when do I not just do that? But I'm fucking wide awake from all the goddamn coffee. I will tell you that. Anyway, hope you guys are safe. Wash your hands. Go play around at golf. Look both ways. Just wondering if my battery's gonna burn out, or if I have 18 seconds left. Either one. Anyway. Not anyways. I'll talk to you on the next episode. Bye. I got my eyebrows done today. Bye.